Good morning and welcome to AP US History with Mr. Priestley. I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Mr. Priestley and been teaching AP US History for a little over a decade now as of fall of 2020. So I want to start out by just giving a couple of pieces of information on contact for me if at any point in time you have questions or concerns. My office phone is listed on the syllabus here. That phone will take you directly to a voicemail inbox, and that will eventually turn into an email. So I will always suggest and encourage anyone who needs to get in touch with me, both parents and students, always use the email that is on the syllabus, the dpriestley@lhs2tech.net. That way I'll get it as quickly as possible. I'll respond as quickly as possible. And I also check that at least once at night to make sure that everyone is clarified on any sort of questions and or assignments. So my room is N101, which is one of the first rooms in the building when you enter at Julia Street. And I've also kind of set forth just some basic timelines for what we are going to cover within this course. This is an advanced placement course, so the curriculum is set, constructed, and mandated by the College Board. I will get into their history course guidelines in a few minutes, but I have that linked up here for you to have accessibility to it. I will also put that on my Google Classroom so that students and parents can always have a moment to access it. So we're going to take these 9 periods of American history and we will divide them over the course of 2 semesters. So the semester split will basically be as follows, where we will do the first 6 periods within the first semester. It'll probably be cut a little bit short on period 6, but we will then definitely pick up on unit 3, which will be also including that period in the second semester. So just a quick piece of information when looking at these units. As you can see, there are 2 semesters, obviously, but this is one entire comprehensive class. So when I say that it is comprehensive, that means that we'll be giving cumulative exams and cumulative summatives, which means that all periods that we have covered are things that students should and are expected to know. That is one of the big differentiations between an advanced placement course and then that of a non-advanced placement course. So with that, let's get into assessments and let's get into what kind of differentiates our AP philosophy here at Lamont High School as opposed to non-AP or some AP courses in different schools. So we try to really replicate the skills, the experiences, and the expectations of kind of college prep course. Clearly, this is a course that is preparing students for college, but also at the same time, it's for students that are going to still be high school students. So there's a very heavy workload to it, but it is not going to be the same workload that one would essentially get in a college setting, but it's there to replicate what would be in a college setting. And at the end of this course, you will sit, it's not an option, you will sit for the AP exam in order to try to achieve college credit. And that exam is going to consist of 4 separate assessments. There's 4 parts to the AP exam. So unlike many other courses of history, you may get some writing, you may get some multiple choice questions. But in this particular class, you're going to be expected to do 4 different types of assessments for the exam. That's going to include short answer responses based upon primary and secondary sources. Then you're also going to be getting 2 types of free responses. One free response will be that of the long essay, and then the other free response will be that of a document-based question where you will be given sources that need to be used within the context of your writing. If I were to talk about this course in comparison to some other social studies courses in AP, this is statistically one of the more difficult courses to gain college credit. The good news is that students routinely at LHS achieve college credit for this course, which is a clip of 80 to 85% on some years. Even in last case's scenario of spring of 2020, students did very, very well on this exam. So if you do your daily routines, if you you knuckle down and dive deep into the curriculum and engage yourself within this course and do the work and put in the effort, you should do very well on the AP exam in May. So keep that in mind as you are looking through, and if you would like, you can kind of look to you could look to some of the different information that I put on the syllabus for that test. With class grading and the class grading policy, I will give a variety of different types of assessments where I will check in for points. So this will include homework reading. Sometimes I will give you a reading for homework outside of your usual objective homework assignments. I will give you in-class historical thinking activities constantly, and I will do historical thinking in a variety of different ways. So we will do debates in this class. We will do different research projects in this class. We will do discussion projects in this class. And those are all going to be ways in which that I will assess you. So keep that in mind as you go through the course, that on a day-to-day basis, always be engaged, always be working and involved in those daily assessments, because that's really going to make up the bulk of your grade. You will also get 30% of your grade from that of summatives. So summatives are going to always be replicating what the College Board would do for their assessments and their tests. Now, with the at-home situation or the remote learning situation that we're in, the vast majority of your summatives for the time being are going to be free responses, where you will be writing DBQ, or you'll be writing an LEQ or a short answer question. We will be giving you multiple choice questions as learning checks, but those will not be considered summative grades. Those are going to go into the daily work category. So we're going to introduce you to all the different AP styles for assessment, but primarily for your summatives, they're going to be free response and writing intensive. We will give you a final summative at the end of each semester to try to replicate the AP exam, but those will be summative scores that will go back into your 30% weight. Now, I will do a number of collaborative assignments and collaborative exercises, historical thinking exercises in here. Now, when you are working with partners, when you're working in a collaborative environment, it's really, really expected that there is collaboration, because if four people are working on one assignment and turn in one group assignment to me, everybody is getting the same score on that, regardless of how contributions were done. I usually try to weight this out with an individualized component of the grade. So for example, we will do a debate in this class, and I will give you a group score on the debate, but I will also give you an individualized score on the debate to try to balance that out. But I also really want to emphasize the encouragement of collaboration when you are working with other individuals. So some general notes that I'm going to cover for the advanced placement is to start out with looking at materials, textbooks, but then also talk about AP expectations. So we have textbooks available for students here. I am going to provide an online electronic version of that textbook to any student that would like it. It is the textbook, The American Pageant, which is a textbook that is outlined by the AP as being a very, very good and acceptable textbook. So that classic resource I will upload, but we also do have hardcover textbooks available for students to check out. For remote learning, if you really, really are a student who wants a hard copy of a textbook, we can find some sort of way to get that textbook for you. But generally, students have found that the online text, and more importantly, the ABC Clio American History resource, does everything they need for this class without having to lug around a super heavy textbook. In lieu of a textbook, I encourage students to use the American History database that we have here at Philemon High School. This database is consistently updated. This database is available both remotely and at school. Use this database as your textbook for this course. So on a nightly basis, when you are being given objectives that you have to research and find, use this as your resource to do so. I will also kind of point to students that there is an unbelievable amount of information on this course on the internet. If you go to Google and you Google anything, any objective, if you Google SAQ, DBQ, LEQ, you'll find an unbelievable amount of info for all the different objectives and all the different learning skills and expectations of this course. YouTube is also a very great resource. There are many instructors and teachers and the College Board themselves put out a whole host of resources for you to be referenced. So I encourage you, use YouTube, use Google, use American history through ABC Clio, and you'll be able to find any piece of information and any sort of skill or hack that you would need to be successful in the course. For materials, there are a variety of different supplementary materials that students can gain and use throughout the course. I would definitely try to find materials that work best for you and your learning. Some students are really a big fan of some of the AP history kind of how to get a five text that you can find at places like Barnes and Nobles or on Amazon. They give you breakdowns of the different chapters and the different objectives, including sample tests. Some students are pretty much going to go to Quizlet. You can find a Quizlet for pretty much any unit or any topic of AP US history. So find materials that work best for you, but I always say that it's a really good idea to have a spiral notebook. I'm very old school when I say this, but when you are doing kind of teacher-led exercises, when I'm lecturing to you or giving you instruction over a Google Meet, it's probably a very good idea to have that classic spiral that you can jot down information, you can jot down your notes and kind of big picture ideas through this course when I'm providing direct instruction. So, with that being said, I just want to really welcome everybody to the course. I know this semester is going to be looking a little bit different, but I'm definitely excited to be able to start a new year with a push. And I'm always very excited to see students that I've taught last year in AP World coming back and kind of bookending both of the AP History courses together very successfully. So, if you have any questions or concerns, you want to contact me, please feel free. And I'm looking forward to the fall, and everybody have a great day and a great weekend. Thank you very much.